Hello, my name is Philip Staehle. I'm the owner and winemaker for Enkidu Wine based here in Sonoma, California. And I am presenting 3 of our Pinots that I make, and basically they are all from Sonoma County. And for the most part, really, they come from Russian River Valley predominantly, a little bit of other Sonoma County fruit as well. So the very first wine, and this is, we do a lot of BTG, wines by the glass with this, and this is our, it's under the E label, and the E label is the Sonoma County Pinot Noir, and Sonoma County Pinot Noir is basically going to be right around 50% Sonoma Coast, and the rest is going to be the Russian River Valley as well. Russian River Valley is my favorite area for the production of Pinot Noir. It is a nice, cool climate, but also I love the soils that are there, and just a growing season that we have within that region. A lot of, I think, Asian spice, really bright red fruit, red berry, cranberry, raspberry, strawberry, these types of components. And they just make wines of depth, of balance, complexity that I enjoy on the whole more than any other region for production of Pinot Noir. And with the Sonoma Coast, or the Sonoma County Pinot Noir, this sees no new oak in this, and this is in barrel for about 10 months. With our Pinots, we produce these with native yeast fermentation. And so the fermentation normally starts after about 4 days. And with Pinot Noir, even when we cool down the tanks to keep the fermentation under control as much as possible, but Pinot sometimes can just actually just rage. And so we have to kind of cool it down even more so. So we probably ferment at about 3 or 4 degrees lower than we would, let's say, with Cabernet Sauvignon or Syrahs and so forth. So we may ferment right around the low 80s Fahrenheit, degrees Fahrenheit, so 82, 83, and compared to going to be 88, 89 degrees for the other reds that we produce. The Pinot can complete a fermentation in about 4 days, and we don't really want it to. Sometimes we have to cool it down just to even slow it down even further, but I've seen just incredible drops in sugar in just 1 day with Pinot Noir. It wants to ferment, and so with these wines, we do a cold soak, and then a fermentation starts on its own with the native yeast fermentation. We do some punch downs 2 to 3 times a day. We'll do punch downs during the fermentation, and then once fermentation is complete, we will keep the wine in barrel, or if it's in a smaller vessel, we'll only keep it there for about 2 weeks. So it's less time than it is for our other reds in general. And with the Sonoma County E Pinot Noir from 2018, we only did a small amount, maybe 10% of whole cluster addition to the tanks, and which is much higher actually than what my other 2 wines that I produce. It's going to be at a higher concentration. These wines tend to be a little bit lighter. I select basically the fruit that's going to be a little bit lighter, has a lot more fruit, I would say soft fruit character, more approachable than, let's say, the other 2 wines that we produce. Again, there's no new oak on this, and it's all basically neutral French oak that we will age in. The Russian River Pinot, this is a wine that we've done very, very well with, and over the years I've been producing this since 2006. And it comes normally from 2, maybe 3 vineyards at the very most. And I've been sourcing from these vineyards for quite a long time. They're both located, or in this case, there's 3 vineyards located in the Russian River Valley. In the 2018, had the benefit of a lot of the Tina Marie fruit. Tina Marie is my flagship Pinot, based in Green Valley area of the Russian River. And in 2018, actually have about 60% of the Russian River Valley is made from the Tina Marie vineyard, and it's extremely high quality. It's just it's an awesome vintage. The 2018 is. The other vineyard that goes into it on a consistent basis is the Columba vineyard, and Columba is going to have 113 and Pommard clones. Pommard gives it more of that earthiness, and also the vineyard side itself is a little more of that earth, barnyardy type of component, which I think is great to go along with the Dijon clones of 667, and the 115, and the 777 that is in the Tina Marie Vineyard. And so the earthiness really that the Columbia gives it really kind of gives it an underbelly, really dirties up the wine a little bit, and gives it just much more dimension, much more depth in overall. So it's a very, very complex wine. Has a beautiful, beautiful red crushed fruit, but again, it has that earthiness to go along with it as well. This will see right around 10% new oak, and then I do put it include some once used French oak barrels, and whether they were used for whites the year before or for the Tina Marie, I will include those, and so that to give it an enhanced amount of newer oak components. The Tina Marie, I've been working with Tina Marie since 2006, and beautiful vineyard, 11-acre vineyard up in the Green Valley area of the Russian River, and it is a little bit of a banana belt, but it has been very, very consistent for us over the years. In fact, the string of wines that we have coming out of that vineyard have been extremely well received. We've received a number of awards and scores in the 90s and so forth. But it's been, for us, really a flagship Pinot. And we developed a following for this wine. I don't produce a tremendous amount. It would be right around 100 cases or so, 75 to 100 cases. And this wine's a little bit different because I will produce it with a little bit of Saunier. So I will do a Saunier on this wine. I will drain off a little bit of the juice off the skins to concentrate it. It will get about 15 to 25% whole cluster in there. So the whole cluster going into the vat, into the tank for fermentation will include the stems. And so you get a little bit more of a structure that comes from that. Going back on Russian River Valley maybe has 15 to 20%. And it is all about the raspberry, cranberry, strawberry type of components that go into, and there's also, once in a while, a little bit, can be a little bit of an herbal type of component, but not so much. And, but it has a lot of this really kind of like this Asian spice component, which I really like a lot. That just gives it another element, another level of complexity. And then with this, I give it anywhere between 40% to 50% new French oak on this. So it sees a bit more than the other wines. And with new oak, I think it integrates extremely well with Pinot, and it is, whereas in some varietals, I think it kind of works against it, such as Syrah. I don't know if it necessarily think Syrah really benefits that much from new oak. However, with Pinot, it just integrates very, very well with that. So hence the greater amounts of newer oak with the Tina Marie Pinot. And that is served as well.